Alrighty, I'm filming this on my potato iPhone, so it's gonna probably look and sound like shit. But the motor is in. It is probably, aside from the wiring, 75% done. You can see I got the cold side pipes, the breather system. I need to work on this upper radiator hose. It's a little too short, so I need to get a different one so it comes in. It doesn't touch the charge pipe. But you can see I got the lower radiator hose on. The intake is actually bolted down now for the final time. The fuel lines are done. The dash 10 feed and the dash 8 return. Excuse me, those are all done. Power steering lines are hooked up, done. The turbos are plumbed, both the feed and return. So this line here, I do need to order another one and make it about a foot shorter. Or I might just cut this and put my own end on it since it's just PTFE. That's probably what I'll do. I'll just cut it and put my own end on it. It's a little long. But as you can see, the Maven Performance B2R, what is it? Burnout to turnout engineering. Bulkhead connectors, they clear. Come back here. You can see everything still clears the firewall even with that panel on. And the heat insulation. Now you can see why I put all the heat insulation on there. Because these downpipes are really close to the firewall. Come over here. Even on this side you can see. I've only got one wideband in there, and that's a LC2. It's the Bosch wideband for the LC2. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to put the dual wideband with room to upgrade to 8 from 14.7. I just had that in there to verify clearance. That's why it's blocked off on that one. I did get the turbo support bracket done for this side, so it's done. They're both supported. Now the question I have, and I'd like to hear some opinions on this, is I've already bought the black header wrap that I use to wrap the downpipes. I bought enough to wrap both these elbows and the headers. Should I wrap them? Or should I fire it all up, run it for a second, make some cool videos, then take it back off and have them coated, ceramic coated? So I'd like to hear your opinions on that. If not, you know, I can just return the header wrap. That's no big deal. But I'd like to hear what you guys think. And I scuffed up the cheap eBay piping. I don't know if you can see down there, it's hard to see. I scuffed it up with a Scotch-Brite. I think that looks better. I like the dull finish better than that cheesy polished look. I even considered painting these, but I like them better like that. Got my blow-off valve mounted and my IAT sensor in. Quick Rev down in Kettering did those for me on Saturday, and he also welded in the oil drain bungs in the oil pan that I'll show you here in a second. Really, the only thing I need to do now with the turbos is I need to fabricate my heat shields. They're going to clamp down here with the hose clamp that clamps the air filter on, but they're going to come out and half cover the air filters just to protect them from this. If I get these coated or wrapped, that'll cut down a lot, but I'm still going to have the heat shield. And I'm going to use, on this side of it, I'm going to use the same heat shield material that I used on the firewall. So that stuff's non-direct contact radiant heat up to like 2,000 degrees. So that'll work. I think that'll work pretty good to keep the heat out of these filters. So let me raise this bitch up. I'll show you guys the how tight everything is packaged in here. Here's the passenger side. You can see this is the oil drain for the turbo. It runs down into the pan. This is heavy duty push lock from Orms Brothers. This isn't the cheap shit like Jegs has. And I went ahead and clamped it, so once it gets hot, there's no chance of it coming off. Not that I think it would. The tranny cooler that I showed in an earlier video, you can see how tight my coils are packed in there. And the only reason I was even able to put them there is because I got rid of the inner fender. The inner fender has a shelf like right about here, and it all intrudes into here. So there was no way I would have got them there with the inner fender still in place. So, this is the feed line for this turbo. It's just hanging loose right now because what I want to do is, like right here, I'm going to weld a plate on it that I can bolt a P-clamp to, a padded clamp, and that'll hold that line and keep it away from the heat. I've got some Thermotech heat barrier on there now, so I might have to put some more on there. I don't know. Let me bolt it right there. Come over to this side. Annoying loud bike to go by. Oil drain on this side, and it's a really tight fit. The power steering lines come down, and the oil drain comes down, and the brake lines. So I got a lot of stuff going on right here. As you can see, the turbo support bracket on this side. So I got the coils here, but I don't have anything mounted here. I'm thinking about trying to mount my windshield washer overflow tank, or windshield washer fluid tank up here for my radiator overflow, then having the dump tube go in the center of the truck, so if it does dump, it doesn't dump in front of my wheel. I still got to get that mounted. You can see how close it is to the firewall. So, and I do need to make the bracket. I can't decide if I want to use that or put a hanger here to hold these. I mean, they don't move around a lot, but I don't want all the weight hanging on that turbo in that bracket. Let's see if my battery goes dead first. All right, here is the oil drain locations for both the turbos. You can see it runs into the pan, into the bung that's welded on. And it goes up. So it's a nice straight drop. There's no flat section, so it'll help the oil drain back. And it's clamped again. And then this side, you can see it's pretty close to all the power steering lines, and it snakes up past the alternator. There's a lot that snakes past that alternator, so just trying to keep everything tucked and out of the way. Power steering hoses are out of the way. You can see the bottom of the cold side that merge to the single charge pipe. So under here, you can see where the fuel lines run up behind the motor. Now, NHRA says the fuel lines cannot be in this area unless they're braided stainless. Well, these are braided stainless, covered PTFE, so I'm good. My ethanol content sensor, so I can run flex fuel. I'm gonna put some P-clamps here to help keep these hoses. I just haven't got to it yet. My Magnafuel fuel filter, that's the post filter. It runs up here to the Magnafuel 4303 pump, and the what the hell is that? 75 micron pre-filter. And runs back here to this check valve where these two -10s Y into it. I got this valve in here, so if I want to service the filters or the pump or unhook it up at the rail, I can shut this valve and it won't want to gravity feed down. And I got the remote battery kill switch, once again mandated by NHRA. If the battery is located in the back or in the trunk, and it's just activated by a push rod. Pushed it in, kills the truck, pull it out, the truck is on. It's just got a grommet. And those are the back side of the remote jumper terminals that I put there. The truck does have an alternator, obviously. I just put those on there because I'm gonna have a tonneau cover on it, and the battery's also in a box, so if I run the battery dead, I gotta jump start it or something, I don't have to undo all that to get to the battery. It's just easier to jump it right there. And the world's worst fitting roll pan, as I call it. And the crappy 8 1/4 rear end it's gonna go. I'm getting a Ford 8.8 built that'll replace this. These are, and we're not here. These are Beltec drop leaves. These things got like 3,000 miles on them. So we're gonna replace those. Okay, back. My drive shaft safety loop, the 4L80E that I have to get rebuilt yet. I did take the torque converter out of it. The fucking stock torque converter in these things is massive. It probably weighs 60 pounds. So I got rid of that. And I'm probably gonna change this flywheel, put a SFI rated flywheel on there. I just did this so I could get the damn thing started. And the oil feeds for the turbos. This piece is from ICT Billet. It's a pretty nice piece. And you can see how they snake up there. This is the one I'm gonna have to get shortened, I think. Unless I can find a better way to snake it around and keep it away from everything without having extra length. And you can see how much room I have from the fan. So there's some question whether this fan's gonna keep it cool or not, so we'll see. And you can see the drain, the light's blinding. You can see the drain for the catch can, so it'll drain down without hitting anything. I can put a pan under it to drain it. But that's it for now. So tomorrow I still don't have any brakes. So tomorrow I'm going to get the JEGS manual proportioning valve put on it and get the brakes bled out, get the new master bled out on it, and I'll actually be able to stop this damn thing. All right, roll it around the parking lot. So I'm gonna be wiring it, gonna start wiring it. If I don't do it this weekend, I'm gonna start wiring it next week. I still gotta get a few items, a few little plumbing things. I need to get some vacuum lines. I need to get the 1/4 inch air lines for the wastegates and the blow-off valve. Right now it's just a bunch of little shit. The big stuff's pretty much in just to get it started. So, alrighty, thanks.